Step into a thriving garden and you'll find a symphony of life. It's a delicate dance between plants and creatures, a tapestry woven with intricate connections. But this harmony is easily disrupted. Pests, those unwelcome visitors, can throw this ecosystem out of balance. They munch on leaves, suck sap, and threaten the very essence of our gardens. Traditional pest control often relies on chemical warfare, a scorched earth policy that harms more than just the intended targets. These chemicals can decimate beneficial insects, pollute our water systems, and leave residues on our food. There's a better way, a path that works in harmony with nature, not against it. Natural pest control is about understanding the delicate balance of the garden ecosystem and working with it, not against it. It's about inviting beneficial insects, birds, and other creatures to the table and creating an environment where pests are discouraged, not eradicated. It's about long-term solutions, not quick fixes. This approach requires a shift in perspective. It's about seeing pests not as enemies to be vanquished, but as symptoms of an imbalance. By addressing the root causes of pest problems, we can create gardens that are not only beautiful, but also resilient and teeming with life. Our gardens are teeming with allies in the fight against pests. If only we know how to attract them. These are the beneficial insects, the predators and parasites that keep pest populations in check. Ladybugs, with their voracious appetites, are a gardener's best friend. Their larvae, resembling tiny spiky alligators, can devour aphids by the dozens. Lacewings, with their delicate wings and shimmering green bodies, are another welcome sight. Their larvae, nicknamed aphid lions, are equally ferocious predators. Praying mantises, masters of disguise, patiently stalk their prey, their powerful forelegs ready to snatch unsuspecting caterpillars or flies. Parasitic wasps, tiny and often overlooked, are unsung heroes of pest control. These wasps lay their eggs on or in pests, and their developing larvae feed on the host, eventually killing it. By providing habitat and food sources for these beneficial insects, we can enlist their help in keeping pest populations under control. Planting a diversity of flowering plants, especially those with small, open flowers that are accessible to beneficial insects, is a great way to attract these helpful creatures. Avoid using broad-spectrum pesticides, as these can harm beneficial insects as well as pests. Companion planting, the practice of growing different plant species together for mutual benefit, is an age-old technique that can deter pests and enhance garden health. Certain plants, by their very nature, emit odors that confuse or repel pests. Others attract beneficial insects, providing a ready-made army to protect your crops. For instance, planting basil alongside tomatoes not only deters tomato hornworms, whiteflies, and aphids, but also improves the flavor of the tomatoes. Marigolds, with their pungent aroma, are renowned for repelling a wide range of pests, including nematodes, aphids, and even rabbits. Garlic, planted near roses, helps ward off aphids and Japanese beetles, while chives deter aphids and spider mites. The key to successful companion planting lies in understanding the specific needs and relationships of different plants. Researching plant combinations and experimenting in your garden can yield remarkable results, creating a harmonious and pest-resistant environment. Remember, diversity is key. A tapestry of different plant species creates a more resilient and pest-resistant garden. While prevention is always the best strategy, sometimes we need to resort to more direct measures to control pests. Fortunately, nature provides us with a range of effective and environmentally friendly alternatives to synthetic pesticides. Neem oil, extracted from the seeds of the neem tree, is a potent yet biodegradable insecticide, fungicide, and miticide. It works by disrupting the life cycle of insects and fungi, preventing them from feeding and reproducing. Insecticidal soaps, made from potassium salts of fatty acids, are another effective option for controlling soft-bodied insects like aphids, mealybugs, and spider mites. These soaps work by dehydrating the insects on contact, causing them to die. Diatomaceous earth, made from the fossilized remains of diatoms, is a natural abrasive that works by physically damaging the exoskeletons of insects, causing them to dehydrate and die. When using any pesticide, even organic ones, it's crucial to follow the instructions carefully and apply them only when necessary. Remember, the goal is to manage pest populations, not to eradicate them entirely. Sometimes, the best defense is a good offense, and that's where physical barriers come into play. These barriers can be as simple as a collar of cardboard around the base of a plant to deter cutworms, or as elaborate as a floating row cover to protect crops from cabbage worms and other flying pests. Netting, available in various mesh sizes, can be used to exclude birds from fruit trees, rabbits from vegetable gardens, or cabbage white butterflies from brassicas. Copper tape, placed around the rim of pots or the base of trees, creates a barrier that slugs and snails find unpleasant to cross. Slugs and snails are particularly susceptible to desiccation, so creating dry barriers using materials like crushed eggshells, diatomaceous earth, or even coffee grounds can deter them from reaching your plants. Physical barriers are most effective when used proactively before pests have a chance to establish themselves. They offer a non-toxic and often reusable solution to protect your plants from unwanted visitors. Remember, a well-placed barrier can save you a lot of trouble in the long run. Just as a strong immune system helps us ward off disease, healthy soil is the foundation of a pest-resistant garden. Plants growing in nutrient-rich soil are healthier and more vigorous, making them less susceptible to pest attacks. Compost, the black gold of gardening, plays a crucial role in building healthy soil. It provides essential nutrients, improves soil structure, and enhances beneficial microbial activity. Cover cropping, the practice of growing a non-cash crop such as clover or ryegrass during the off-season, helps prevent erosion, suppress weeds, and adds organic matter to the soil. Mulching, whether with straw, wood chips, or shredded leaves, helps retain moisture, suppress weeds, and moderate soil temperature, creating a more hospitable environment for beneficial microbes and earthworms. By nurturing the soil food web, we create a thriving ecosystem that naturally suppresses pests and diseases. Remember, healthy soil is not just about adding nutrients, it's about creating a living, breathing ecosystem that supports plant life. In the ever-evolving landscape of pest control, technology is emerging as a powerful ally, offering innovative solutions for monitoring and managing pest populations. Smart sensors, strategically placed throughout the garden, can detect changes in environmental conditions such as temperature, humidity, and soil moisture, providing valuable insights into pest behavior. These sensors can alert gardeners to potential pest outbreaks before they become visible to the naked eye, allowing for early intervention and more targeted treatments. Remote monitoring systems, accessible via smartphones or computers, provide real-time data on pest activity, enabling gardeners to make informed decisions about pest control strategies. Image recognition software, powered by artificial intelligence, is being developed to identify pests from photographs, providing a quick and accurate way to diagnose pest problems. These technological advancements are revolutionizing the way we approach pest control, offering greater precision, efficiency, and environmental sustainability. By harnessing the power of technology, we can stay one step ahead of pests and protect our gardens with greater effectiveness. While technology provides valuable tools, the most effective pest control strategy remains the simplest: careful observation. Regularly inspecting your plants, from the undersides of leaves to the base of stems, allows you to detect pest problems early on, when they are easiest to control. Look for signs of damage, such as holes in leaves, chewed stems, or wilting foliage. Be on the lookout for unusual growths, discoloration, or sticky residues, which can indicate the presence of insects or diseases. Keep a watchful eye out for beneficial insects too. Their presence is a good sign that your garden is in balance. Maintain a garden journal to record your observations, noting any patterns or trends in pest activity. This valuable information will help you anticipate and address pest problems more effectively in the future. Remember, the earlier you detect a pest problem, the easier it will be to control. In our quest for pristine gardens, we often forget that a certain level of pest pressure is not only normal, but also beneficial. Pests serve an important role in the ecosystem, providing food for beneficial insects, birds, and other wildlife. Trying to eradicate pests entirely can disrupt the natural balance of the garden, creating a void that can be filled by even more problematic species. Instead of striving for perfection, we should aim for a healthy balance. A few holes in leaves or a slightly misshapen fruit are small prices to pay for a thriving ecosystem. By tolerating a certain level of pest damage, we create a more resilient garden that can withstand occasional outbreaks without resorting to drastic measures. Remember, a garden is not a sterile environment. It's a living, breathing ecosystem, and a little bit of imperfection is a sign of its health and vitality. Creating a haven for beneficial insects and other wildlife is one of the most effective ways to control pests naturally. By providing food, water, and shelter, we can attract these creatures to our gardens and encourage them to make it their home. Planting a diversity of flowering plants, especially those with small open flowers that are accessible to beneficial insects, is crucial for providing nectar and pollen throughout the growing season. Incorporating water features, such as bird baths, shallow dishes filled with water, or even a small pond, provides a much-needed water source for wildlife. Creating habitats such as brush piles, rock walls, or even leaving a patch of undisturbed vegetation offers shelter and overwintering sites for beneficial insects and other creatures. By making our gardens more hospitable to wildlife, we create a natural balance that helps keep pest populations in check. Remember, a garden that supports wildlife is a garden that supports itself. Natural pest control is not a one-size-fits-all solution. It's a journey of observation, adaptation, and working in harmony with nature. By embracing a holistic approach that focuses on building a healthy and balanced garden ecosystem, we can create spaces that are not only beautiful but also resilient and teeming with life. From attracting beneficial insects to nurturing healthy soil, every step we take towards natural pest control contributes to a healthier planet. It's a journey that requires patience, observation, and a willingness to embrace the rhythms of nature. But the rewards are immeasurable. A garden that is not only a feast for the eyes, but also a sanctuary for wildlife. A testament to the power of working with nature, not against it. Let's cultivate gardens that nourish both our souls and the planet.